Iran drops a bombshell. They said that the Caspian Sea is as important as the Persian Gulf. And you know what? The West, they did not see this coming. Hello and welcome to Times XP. I am Dhriti Yatri, and for years the world thought that Iran's biggest pressure point was the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow choke point controlling a chunk of world's oil. But now Tehran has revealed a second pressure point, a water body that the West never imagined Iran would ever weaponize. And that water body is the Caspian Sea. Yes, the quiet northern sea all of a sudden sits at the center of a geopolitical storm. At a high-profile summit in Iranian city of Rasht, their foreign minister, Mr. Abbas Araghchi, stepped up to the podium. Calm voice, steady gaze, and delivered a line that froze every Western embassy watching. For us, the Caspian Sea is no less important than the Persian Gulf. It wasn't a statement, it was a warning, wrapped in diplomacy, because everybody knows when Iran says a water body is strategic, it means that Iran is ready to defend it, control it, and if necessary, use it as a leverage. Well, the Rasht summit, it wasn't just talk. It showcased something far, far bigger, the growing relationship between Iran, Russia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan. This is not a loose friendship, by the way. This is a tightening ring of the cooperation militarily, politically, and economically. And guess who's at the center of the Northern Alliance here? Russia and Iran, shoulder to shoulder. While the West focuses on the Middle East, Moscow and Tehran, they are quietly, literally quietly, building a security shield across the Caspian region. At the very same time, in that particular summit, Iran pushed forward a new agenda, a regional maritime security framework. Let me simplify this for you. Countries around the Caspian Sea will police their own waters with zero role of the outsiders. Basically, no NATO, no US Navy, no Western oversight. Now, this alone sent shockwaves across Washington and Brussels. Because if the Caspian becomes a closed military zone controlled by Iran and Russia, it reshapes the entire balance of power in Eurasia. Well, the summit wasn't just about warships. Iran announced major plans. Plans like new trade corridor through Russia and Central Asia, energy swaps with Caspian neighborhoods, joint ports and transport hubs, a shared economic zone. This is Iran's plan B, basically a way to survive sanctions by turning north towards the west. And it's kind of working also, because every new deal, it weakens the US influence and strengthens Iran's hands. Well, the West always assumed Iran's threat was located in the south, in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. But now Iran is signaling that it can influence two strategic regions at once. The Gulf and the Caspian, two waters, two pressure points, two geopolitical choke points, and both under Iran's reach. Now, this is the part that stunned Western alliance. If tensions escalate with Western alliance again, Tehran could technically pressurize the global trade from two directions and not one. You know, there's another layer to the story, by the way. Araghchi, his statement, it came right after Donald Trump pushed a new Armenia and Azerbaijan corridor plan, a move that rearranges the borders, creates new routes, and threatens to bypass Iran. Tehran sees this as an attempt to reduce its influence in the Caucasus. So, Iran's response, it's very clear. If you try to isolate us on ground, we will expand our powers at the sea. Iran didn't say it would close the Caspian Sea though. It didn't threaten blockade. It didn't shout. But you know what? Sometimes the quiet message are the loudest. The Caspian is important to us at the Persian Gulf. Diplomats know exactly what this means. Tehran is drawing new red line, new boundaries, new leverage. And the West, they must now rethink its entire strategy in Eurasia, because Iran has just opened a second front and the world wasn't ready.